Hi, everybody. All right, so I want to go over the meal planning assignment that you did so that you know if you have the right answers or not. So make sure that you have your document open when I'm going over this with you guys so that you can make any corrections that you need to, because I will not be sharing the answer key with you. Just through this video, this is the only way that I'll be sharing the answer key with you. The reason why we're doing this is because meal planning will save you a ton of time and money if you do it right. Um, and it's a valuable skill, not one that a lot of people use, especially with how much people buy. You go and get takeout and might go to the store a couple times a week because they realize, oh crap, I forgot to buy this, or oh shoot, I forgot this. So, meal planning will help alleviate some of that, and it will also help you use up whatever you have at home. So I know, like, for example, for me, I might notice that I'm running low on kidney beans, so I'll go to the store and I'll buy 4 more cans just so that I have them at home in case I want to make something, or when things go on sale. Say there's a good deal on chicken, I might go and buy some chicken and, prep it, cut the fat off, cut it into portion sizes, and freeze it in freezer bags until I'm ready to use it. So, knowing what you have at home is really important. It's good to practice now at your age because before you guys know it, you're going to be out on your own, making your own meals, and it's a really good way to save money, like I said. All right, now do I do this every week? No. It's something that even I need to work on. But even doing it half of the weeks of the year would save you money. So it is definitely something that's a worthwhile endeavor. Okay. So number one, the question, if you guys clicked on this link here, this was somebody was explaining how to do meal planning and stuff. So 2 ways that skipping meal planning makes life more hectic. I included everything that she listed in her blog. So you'll spend more time in the grocery store wandering the aisles trying to come up with meals on the fly. That is true. Um, you're likely to waste food you come home with since you have no idea what to do with it in the first place. I am guilty of this. Not that I don't know what to do with it, but that I just fail to plan what to do with it. So, like, I might buy a bunch of vegetables and then those don't stay good forever. They end up going bad and then I have to throw them away because we just don't get to cutting them up and eating them and all that stuff. You'll probably eat more takeout or bowls of cereal for dinner, which is fine if that's what you love. Maybe you love to have cereal for dinner. That's fine. But making your own meals, even if they're not necessarily like healthy, they're going to end up being better than you would get as takeout. Like Chinese food, for example, you don't know how they cook their food. Usually, like if you get something like General Tso's chicken, it has a ton of breading on it. They fry it with a lot of oil. You don't know what kind of oil they're using. You don't know what kind of chicken they're using. Um, a lot of times they'll use like dark meat chicken and it's stringy and it's hard. So it's just better when you make it yourself. It tastes better. It's better for you. There's not as much sodium in the food, which is typical with Chinese food when you get takeout, or really any food. Okay, and you will always have to come up with meal ideas every day, which takes a lot of mental energy. Yes. I hate coming home and saying, okay, what am I going to make for dinner? Rather than, already knowing what I'm going to make and I have a plan. Under step one, look at your calendar. What are a few reasons why you should not plan a meal for every night of the week? Sometimes stuff comes up, or you have plans. Like, say, when you get older, maybe your parents have you for dinner once in a while on the weekend, or you go out with your friends, or you have a work dinner or something. And you might just want to have takeout, once a week. That's good. I don't like to cook every night either. It takes a lot of energy. There's cleanup. Does it taste good? Yeah, I love, the food that we make at home is delicious, but I don't want to do it every night. Okay, under step 2, check your pantry freezer. What are a few reasons why you should check before you start planning the week's meals? You want to make sure that you use up what you have at home to save money and to not waste the food. So check the expiration dates on the cans of things. Look at what you have. Do you have any frozen meat? Do you have some frozen vegetables that you can use in a soup or a casserole or, just as a side dish? It also helps give you ideas of what to make. So if you guys watched, hopefully you did, you watched the meal planning video that I also shared through Edpuzzle. She looked at what she had in her cabinet and she said, okay, I have kidney beans, I have diced tomatoes, and I have ground turkey. So I could make tacos or I could make chili. Well, chili goes better to use up those kidney beans and the tomatoes. So it helps give you ideas, right? Choosing recipes. The types of recipes you choose comes down to your lifestyle, what you like. Do you have time to make what you have planned? So some things take longer than others. If it's something you can prep on Sunday, that's great. Like maybe you want to make lasagna. That's something that takes a while during the week, but it's something you can definitely prep. It's even something you can make ahead and freeze before you bake it. So those are all things you can think about. Okay. If you meal prep ahead of time, you should make big batches of food that freeze well or hold up in the refrigerator for a few days. So some examples of foods that applies to are here: stews, chilies, pasta dishes, like I said with the lasagna. Stews and chilies are really good to freeze because after you boil them or you cook them on the stove, they're already going to be soft. So freezing them is not going to change the texture. So I love freezing stews and chilies. I make big batches. I freeze half of it. The other half we eat. That way we don't get sick of it. And then I have it for the next week or a couple weeks later. Curries, sheet pan meals. So those are ones where everything is baked or cooked on your sheet pan in the oven. That kind of stuff you can cut up ahead of time. And then, say like you're going to have whatever you have. Maybe it's like roasted vegetables, chicken, and, cut up potatoes. All that stuff, except for the potatoes, really, because they get brown. You can cut up ahead of time, put it in bags, and refrigerate it for when you're ready to make it. Burrito bowls, you can make the chicken, the rice, and that stuff ahead of time. You can rinse your black beans and have them ready in the refrigerator. Enchiladas, those freeze well. Casseroles freeze really well. If you're not meal prepping ahead of time, you should find meals that you can make in 30 minutes or less. More than that, when you get home from work, when you get older, it's just a hassle. So try to keep it down to 30 minutes or less, or at least an hour or less. If you cook for other people, you should definitely discuss the week's menu with them. They will help give you ideas as well. I do this all the time with my kids. I'm like, hey, you come up with a meal for this week. I have 2 kids. They both come up with a meal. My husband comes up with one. I come up with one. There we have 4 already. A lot of those I will make extras so that we have leftovers. And then maybe I'll make, like 5 meals a week, 4 or 5 meals a week. We have leftovers. We have takeout and we're set for the week. Why shouldn't you choose meals based on their health value? Well, that's because, like I said, whatever you make is probably going to be healthier than what you could get as takeout, unless you're going to like a health food restaurant or something. Why does the author keep her meal plan and grocery list in her Google Sheets? And that's just so that whatever she does on her laptop automatically syncs to her phone, and then she has her list in her phone when she goes to the store. She doesn't have to worry about bringing paper with her. Okay, how should you make a grocery list? Look at the ingredients of recipes you choose for the week and write them down. So check your pantry or freezer before you make your grocery list, or make your grocery list and then go through and cross off what you already have. Remember, when you're meal planning, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if you plan for something and then you decide not to make it. It happens to me. Maybe, like we have more leftovers than I thought we would. So I saved that next meal for Monday that we didn't make. It's fine. you're still going to end up saving money meal planning than if you hadn't meal planned. If you get stuck with ideas of what to make, talk to the other people in your house, ask them, talk to your friends, say like, hey, what are you making for dinner? What are some meals that you usually make for dinner? I do this all the time. I talk to my mom, I talk to my friends, just because it's easy to get stuck in a rut and then keep making the same thing. Like, oh, I'm making tacos again. Okay, we're gonna have, fajitas again. We're gonna have chicken salad again. You get stuck in a rut and then you don't even want to make dinner. You don't care to eat, just so talk to your friends, go on Pinterest, get some ideas. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys. This is going to help you with your project, your final project that you're going to be doing for this class, which is in place of a test. So make sure you have the correct answers, and we'll be checking back and we'll be discussing that project tomorrow or the next day. Okay.